Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's me, Big Porky, the voice of hardcore boxing. Now, as you can see, I've got it. As you can see, I've had it framed, me hardcore boxing poster. I had it laminated, but I just had to get it framed. But anyway, fingers looking good. Feeling alright, neck brace off, just leg brace to get off now. I'm on the mend. Right, I want to have a chat about thrown under a bus, what this term means. Now, when I think of fighters that have been thrown under a bus, I just think of fighters going to fight abroad. You know, like Tony Bellew fighting Adonis Stevenson in America, Gavin Rees fighting Adrian Broner, Lee Purdy against Devon Alexander. Do you remember him, Lee Purdy? In sauna with Barry Hearn before weighing. I think of Paul Smith against Andre Ward. Callum Johnson against Artur Beterbiev. Martin Murray against Triple G. Matthew Macklin against Triple G. Rocky Fielding against Canelo. That's 8 there. That's just 8 boxers there, all fighting away from home in another country and all getting iced. And I mean iced. People can say, oh, you're being harsh, you're digging Eddie Hearn out, Porky. You know, you're not being fair to Eddie. It's Dare to Be Great and they got paid. And yeah, they got paid, yeah, but Eddie got paid as well, didn't he? Why aren't these kids learning the craft after British level? You can't just expect to go and get a British title and then get rid of that and then go and get these WBA internationals. I don't see anybody defending these British titles and trying to win the belts outright. Learn your craft. Learn your craft. Carl Froch defended his belt outright while trying to get a shot at the European title, but Christian Sanavea wouldn't fight him, so he went for a world title, but he'd learned his craft. Carl Froch didn't fight once for any intercontinental or international belts. There's too many of these belts cluttering up people, because they get an intercontinental or an international belt or whatever it is and it's confusing them. They think that the world level all of a sudden because they're getting these world top 15 rankings, and then they're getting moved up the rankings. They're either dodging people like Josh Kelly and Nigel Benn. They've been reined in, haven't they? They're not going to fight Pacquiao and Garcia. You know, people like that. They've been reined in and held back. Adam Booth's held Kelly back. They didn't even want to fight David Evanesian, and I think that's a good fight. Conor Benn's been reined in. He's going to learn his craft. His dad knows boxing. But the rest of them, yes Eddie, no Eddie, 3 bags full Eddie. Do you know what I mean? Is Dillian White learning his craft now? Because he's not taking the top fights, is he? So that's good, isn't it? If you can get a balance. But Dillian White's ready for a title shot. But I'm not talking about Dillian White today. We've spent enough time on him this last few weeks. Let's talk about the term thrown under a bus. These kids here, they shouldn't have even, half of them shouldn't have even been in them fights, should they? Come on. Callum Johnson has just had a massive layoff, going in with a massive brutal puncher who beat Kovalev twice in amateurs and had a life and death with Usyk. Come on. You know, Bellew, I mean Eddie Hearn's saying that Bellew's dead at the weight before he fought Stevenson, but yet you still put him in with him, didn't you? You know, there's other scenarios we can say. Kell Brook against Triple G, he were thrown well and truly under a bus. But I'm not going to mention Kell Brook, and it ain't cost me pal trains him. It's the fact that Kell Brook didn't fight in America, did he? These guys here have all been thrown under a bus in America. That means that the promoter takes them over, cops the TV money, sits back and just collects the money and cheers them on. Now, I don't want to be too harsh because he took Darren Barker to America, didn't he? And Darren Barker got the decision against Geale, even though I thought he got beat. In that's his pal in it, so good luck to him. But as far as I'm concerned, Rocky Fielding, Macklin, Murray, Callum Johnson, Paul Smith, Purdy, Gavin Rees and Bellew were all thrown under a bus. In fights, they were never going to win, they were always going to lose, they were always going to get knocked out. I don't want to hear about Eddie Hearn saying Paul Smith's only got to catch Andre Ward and he'll go, he can punch Paul Smith. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that Gavin Rees is a former world champion. Gavin Rees managed to pick up a belt from good matchmaking from Frank Warren in a weight division that he didn't even fight Broner at. So Bellew weren't a light heavyweight. Callum Johnson, he were inactive, he shouldn't have been in ring with Beterbiev, should have been protected. Martin Murray and Macklin, they were never going to beat Triple G, were they? Come on. Come on, Jamie Moore beat Macklin and Ryan Rhodes. He were never going to beat Triple G, were he? Come on. Rocky Fielding against Canelo. Rocky Fielding were a subbing prize fighter not long ago. He were a journeyman. He was destined to be a journeyman. Come on. You're talking to me, you're talking to Big Porky. I don't want to hear it. Of course you can get these people opportunities. And who am I to say that Rocky Fielding shouldn't be in with Canelo, but come on. Which brings me to the point I'm going to make now. Anthony Crolla fights Lomachenko this weekend. He will get knocked out or pulled out. If that fight goes late and he gets stopped late or it goes 12 rounds, he's got mileage on clock and that will affect him when he gets older. Crolla's a very, very light, feather-fisted, pillow-punching, feather duster man. He's not going to damage Lomachenko. He'll cut him down like cheese. It'll be like a hot knife going through butter. And that brings me to Amir Khan against Crawford. Well, that'll be 10 out of 10 for Eddie abroad, won't it? If Khan gets knocked out. I mean, Amir Khan, he's got one fight left with Eddie Hearn. They're going to send Frank Smith out for Amir Khan Crawford. He'll get to go out there, learn his trade. Eddie won't go out there. It's on BT Sport pay-per-view. I want Amir Khan to win, and if the Amir Khan from 8 years ago turns up, he will win. But I'm not going to get drawn into it now. I did say I thought Amir Khan could win. That's because I know Amir Khan, I like him, I've met him a few times. And he is a fantastic fighter and he's beat 10 world champions. But this is his 14th world champion he's been in with. But this is how I look at it. He'll get knocked out by Crawford. He'll get knocked out by Crawford. And I've looked at it now and I'm not going to get drawn into that nostalgic, oh, Amir Khan's a great fighter, look what he's done. He's not had a world title win for 8 years, so I'm going to go with my head. Crawford stops Amir Khan. I'm sorry. Crawford stops him. That's just how I feel. And Eddie Hearn's going to cop a percentage of the pay-per-view money on a BT Sports show without even having to promote it. He's not even going to fight. I mean, what does that tell you? You know, Amir's pissed him off. He's not having Kell Brook fight. So Eddie's going to treat him like that and he's going to give him cold shoulder. Dillian White's pissed him off, everybody knows. Dillian White might not think that. He might talk to him daily, but the writing's on the wall for Dillian White with Eddie Hearn. He's not giving him the Joshua fight, and he's not going to go into bat for him. Yeah, he might promote him, but he's just going to be a plan B for him, isn't he? You've got to give your undivided attention to him. Lee Purdy got his shot because it's from the same area as his mate, isn't he? Bellew's, you know, Bellew running around. He's always round Eddie, isn't he? You know what Bellew's like. When he was with Frank Warren, he was telling him your best thing since sliced bread. Look, Bellew's a blagger, isn't he? He's a blagger. All Scousers are blaggers. And good luck to Bellew, but he got chances because he's Eddie's mate. Kell Brook gets chances because they're devoted to Eddie. Dave Allen, every time Dave Allen gets anybody getting in touch with him about fighting on their shows, he's straight on to Eddie. Oh, Eddie, they've offered me this, they've offered me that. Why should he have any loyalty to Eddie Hearn? He's saying he wants to stay loyal to Sky, Davey. Well, why? He's not got a matchroom contract, has he? But while you're working with him, you've got to show loyalty, ain't you? So fair play. You know, the other people, you know, Macklin and Murray, they'll go where money is. I wouldn't have said they're very loyal. Rocky Fielding, he started off with prize fighter with Eddie Hearn. He'll always go with what Eddie says. Amir Khan, he's a mercenary like Macklin and Murray. He'll go where money is. He knows the game now, Amir, doesn't he? Crawler's dedicated to the Eddie Hearn cause. So Eddie will go into bat for him. He's got him a Lomachenko fight. Everybody knows he's going to get beaten up. Everybody knows that Gallagher probably won't throw a towel in, but somebody else will stop it in, and Crawler will be saved. The referees, they'll know what they've got to do, and it's just one of them things, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things. Look at me, right? See this watch? I couldn't get this watch on when I bought it 6 years ago. Now look. Hey, I ought to ring Porsche up, didn't I, and say, do you know what? I apologise for complaining about the I can't call it a strap because it's like a rubbery thing. Well, about the thing that goes around your wrist, I complained when I bought it, but look, spinning round now, so I must be losing weight. I couldn't. It was like that. It was like that. My hands were like that years ago. Now look, fits perfect, doesn't it? I'm impressed. So, getting in my summery clothes now. So, I'm looking forward to boxing this weekend. I'm going to have a bet on Crawler getting Sparkoed. I hope he wins, but we're talking Lomachenko, aren't we? So, Crawler's going to get sparked this weekend, but I'm going to watch it in my new Oakley glasses. What do you reckon? I think they suit me. Shout out to Mercatroids Opticians in Conisborough. Thank you very much. I think that's about it really. Crawler to get beat this weekend. I know it's tough at the top, innit? But sometimes you just got to tell the truth and tell it as you see it. Crawler gets iced this weekend. No ifs, no buts about it. He gets iced. And that's it basically. And it's going to be 10, that'll be the 9th fighter thrown under a bus. And then we've just got Amir Khan left for the 10. When Amir Khan was not going to take the Kell Brook fight, Eddie Hearn must have thought to himself, do you know what? I'm still going to have a pay-per-view out of you, Amir. So you're going to fight Crawford. Eddie Hearn will not take credit for this, but trust me, he will have been working that out with Bob Arum, Amir Khan, Crawford. Trust me. Eddie Hearn didn't sign Amir Khan not to get pay-per-view money out of him. And not only is he getting pay-per-view money out of Amir Khan now, he's not even having to put the show on. All roads lead to Eddie. The only way is Eddie. Towie. Now, people can say, oh, you're digging Eddie Hearn out again. No. I'm trying to explain to you that Eddie Hearn's a very, very good businessman and he knows what he's on with. And he's creating something here that is extremely dangerous. You've got fighters, they're taking massive risks and they're getting starstruck by checks and chasing money. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Now people keep saying you're crazy and blah de blah. I'm not crazy. Go and look at the punch statistics. Go and look at the mileage that Crawler's got on the clock. Go and look how many rounds he's done. I know he's a mandatory and he's not going to turn the fight down, but he's going into yet another fight with a Joe Gallagher who's taking another fighter into a fight that he can't win. How many fighters is Joe Gallagher taking into these top headliners that are not going to win? Paul Smith, Beefy Smith, Stephen Smith. You know, and now we've got Crawler, we've had Callum Johnson. How many more sacrificial lambs are going to be took out to meat market? How many more? That's what I want to know. How many more are going to be took out to meat market? I don't know, but it's getting crazy. But anyway, peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. It's a fantastic sport. And I'm now going to go do some training. So I might yak not with this on. I wish. But it's a shame, innit? So another week or so I'll get this off and we'll be alright. But peace out, keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing, it's fantastic, innit? So, but I might go around and just do some preacher curls next door. Just to do something, because I've got a lot of energy. I just want to do something. So peace out. Thank you to all them people who are sending in the emails. Thank you to the guy who recommended me to go get them night trainers. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me that you took the time out to send the picture in. They look nice, them trainers, aren't them night ones? They're like little bubbles on bottom, aren't they, in 3 sections? But I'm an Air Force One man myself, but thank you. And I think that's about it really, but I think we've covered everything now, haven't we? Thrown under a bus. We're now got to spend some time finding 10 pictures of fighters to put them under the bus. Then we're going to have a picture of Eddie probably like that, or Eddie driving the bus. I don't know how I'm going to work it. But it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. That's the apartment next door. Should be sorting it. So I hope you're enjoying videos. I think that's about it really. I think that's about it. Leg still hurts, but so peace out. There you go. How many minutes is that? 17 minutes. Good video. Boom.